everyone, and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom, and today we're going to talk about the never-ending season of Married at First Sight, season 17, Denver, episode 18. It's called In Sickness and Suspicion. So before we get started, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, for everyone that's here and on the replay, hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. And leave me your comments so I know what you think about this video. If you're in the replay and if you're on this live, let me know in the comment section what you think about these couples. I know it's a yawn, but actually I thought this episode gave finally all season, and looks like going into next week's episode as well as going to finally give something that we've been looking for, some type of just something, because it's been lacking for quite some time. So thank you to all who's in here watching live. Thank you for joining. And again, like I said, on the replay. So hello and hola to Frappes and Tea. Hello there. And to Miss Sharon. Good evening. And Miss Tamika. Hey girl. Hey. And Miss Cynthia. Hello there. Hello. Like I said, to everybody in the bushes too. Welcome. All right. So hopefully everyone got a chance to watch the episode, whether when it came out yesterday, or you watched it live on streaming, or if you didn't watch it, you're just catching the bits and pieces, the excerpts from what we're going to discuss today, that's totally fine too. So on this episode, we actually got to see Cameron make another appearance back on the show. Cameron's been gone for about a month or so because he's had a heart condition. So he came back in this episode to talk to Brennan about where he feels things stand with Claire and what he may or may not do going forward. And I was actually kind of shocked at what he was saying. So we'll get there. So let me go ahead and drop the link, because even though this episode it didn't really give enough to, I don't know, really float the entire season, but we'll just start where we're going to start. Okay, so the link is dropped for anybody who wants to join online. So let's start off with Chloe and Michael. They're the first couple up who we see. And so Chloe is sitting down with Michael after they come back from the retreat, the couple's retreat with everyone. And it's the next morning. And she's telling Michael, you know what? It's like she woke up like the Princess and the Pea. She's like, I feel something in this mattress. I don't know if I can do this here. Okay. I need time away to get my thoughts together, because this process, the Married at First Sight process, let me say it again. The Married at First Sight process is something that maybe I don't know if I was necessarily ready for, and I need to go home to get my thoughts together to see, to help me reset, readjust. I'm like, that's not how this works. Married at First Sight is just what it is, right? And so you come into the process, sight unseen, with whoever they set you up with. There's no going home to see you are married. Okay, because if you feel like you have to check out, this is my opinion. If you have to check out so early, then why did you sign up for the process? Because no one made you do the process. You chose to. Okay, went through all this, set your family up, your friends up and everything, and then poof, I think I want to go home. So yeah, it was... To me, I thought that was a mess. What'd you say, Tamika? You said it took me about 4 times to watch the last 45 minutes. You kept falling asleep. Still, girl? And then Sharon said, Cameron looked like he gained a little weight. I hope he's doing well, though. I hope he's doing well, too. But I just didn't believe everything that Cameron was saying. I didn't. Are you ready backstage? Okay, here we go. 45 minutes. You've been falling asleep this whole season. This was a good episode.
The only good thing about this episode was Michael boxing.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was it. That was really the end.
It was a couple other things, but yeah, I was like, oh, I finished watching it literally this morning before I went to work.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it gave a little bit this episode. Next week's episode, I'm looking for more to come out too. But what do you think about Chloe sitting down after the retreat and everything, talking about, you know what? Ooh, I don't know if this is working for me or not. I'm like, you just said that not even a week ago on your honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be talked off the ledge. So if I was Michael, I mean, it takes a lot for me to listen to Michael because, like I said, I've told y'all before, he's too much for me. He talks too much. He just too much too soon. But if I was him, I'd be like, not again, right? Just not again with me talking off the ledge the first time, but not again with the second bride. At least this one went through with it, right? But like, this is why I didn't tell my family the first time the second time I was getting married. But what do you think about Chloe having to readjust again?
Yeah, that was she's not ready for this. She thought she was, and yeah, but she had to go home and, with her dogs, I guess. I don't understand with this dog situation. Why do they get these apartments where you can't have all these animals? You can't have all these animals in an apartment anyway.
That's true.
So
Cynthia says, I feel bad for Michael. MAFS made him a 2-time loser. Sharon Kosa, I'd been falling asleep too. And then Jonda, hello, you say Chloe is so fake, y'all. She is fake. She's not fooling me.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. From the beginning, I was like, this is not your person, Michael. They need me as an expert.
At this point, I agree.
Right.
So Michael gives his Easter speech. He's like, okay, if this is what you need to do, you go get you together. And what didn't she say she had to go, to acclimate the dogs? I'm like, how you acclimate the dogs? They're already at your house. You mean the dogs over that you're going to bring over here?
Right.
Because that don't make sense. Right?
At all.
What she do, like a t-shirt over there, but like, for them to smell. Maybe she did that. I don't know. But still. So Michael gave his, like I said, his Easter speech. And, it's kind of hard to say if him constantly, to me, I think he feels like he's reassuring Chloe and reassuring himself that, like I said, he's digging too deep into what's really happening here, right? This is really like surface level. He's already like, went deep sea diving fishing and caught like a shark or something. Like, I don't understand what he's going through. Later though, Chloe meets up with one of her friends and is telling him the story about, I went home. He's like, what? You went home? And I was like, yeah, tell her about it. So when the friend said, do you think Michael feels like he's saying, when he's talking to you, he always has the right answer. He always has something to say. I'm like, that's a good thing. Good way to put it. Like, he always is methodical about what he's saying. I'm like, that's what it is. I understand an adult conversation, but, I don't know you enough to talk about why Saturn has 9 rings. That's what it gives me. So
they said that about what's her name? That was with was it Jasmine last year, because she was a pageant queen. And remember, they said that her answers were all fake or methodical or But that's just how she is, and how she comes across as how he is. He doesn't want to come across as anything but himself. And it's like, if you don't know him, you don't know that this is how he is all the time.
I know. Like, it's hard for me to even watch. I'm like, come on, you got to explain every small detail, but you're right. That's his personality. Like I said, I do give him kudos though for not showing his butt, because he really could have had a whole different mindset about going home and this and that, and really taking the time out to sit back and think. You can tell he's a thinker. You can tell he, probably has his whole life mapped out of what he wants to do. So I give him that. But like I said, if I'm saying it's too much, but for Chloe, who calls herself a reformed perfectionist, it's definitely over the top for her. It's more than just the mannerisms and how he lives and just, what he's tapped into, what he's not tapped into. It's more than just that, in my opinion. So later they meet up, and she's back at the house after a couple of days of being recharged now. And he's like, well, good. I'm glad you recharged and was able to refocus. They're planning for a 90s party. Was the cats on the counter with the food? the kitchen. I'm just saying, I'm not muting my mic, okay? I'm not muting. I was like, see, this is why, fill in the blank. This is why you can't, because this is ridiculous. But anyway, the pizzas that they got for the party, did they really have some type of like message to them, or he said that's what it was? Because I didn't understand what that meaning was with the pizzas with the message of like women empowerment versus a 90s party. I was confused on that one. Did you pick up on it?
I was probably asleep at that time.
You sound like you understand. I plead the fifth, Your Honor. I'll read a comment. Sharon says, I like Michael. I think he's trying to accommodate her as much as possible. He wants this marriage. I think he wants marriage too, but they're not matched correctly. And then the cats were, I thought so, the Jasmine show. I was trying not to look at it, but I'm like, are those cats just roaming everywhere? But Michael's a free spirit like that. Not well, I guess that's okay for some. That's all I gotta say. That's his house. You also say the Jasmine show, depending on which pizza you buy, they donate to a different nonprofit. Oh, okay. We don't have that here.
Yeah, that ain't here either. I've never, because I would order from it if they did. I wonder,
And Sharon, you say, I don't like cats, but cat lovers let them go anywhere. I mean, even if you like dogs, all right. So they have the 90s party. And I thought it was interesting, the friend group. They were a little bit more normal because I thought Michael's friends, were they Michael's friends or Chloe's friends?
I think it was a mixture of both, I thought.
Because
they said it was a 90s party. I'm like, is this 90s? But again, I was in and out of comatose. So
there was one friend of Michael's. I just thought they would be like more on his level. I'm not saying they weren't, but Michael presents a certain way. So I thought maybe, but I think the friends, when they learned that Chloe went home, because she told them, I went home to regroup. They're like, what already? Like, how is this supposed to work? But when they sat down with their friends individually, Michael's friend did tell Chloe that, he's a communicator. That, you have to make sure you tell him what you want and how, you want things to go. And he'll accommodate you. I'm thinking accommodate me. It should be like 50-50. What, accommodate me for what? Because Michael already communicates enough for us all. Okay.
Right.
And so I just kind of thought that was like a weird thing to put out there versus Chloe's friends who asked Michael, something to the effect like, are you sure you're ready for this process? And of course, again, he goes into details, and they were also asked how they handle disagreements. And I just, it's just so long-winded.
It's too early about disagreements too.
It is. So Michael says he trusts the way he feels. He said they will do what they need to do to put their best foot forward and go from there. And I'm like, that's all you had to say the first time, Michael. You didn't have to go into like everything you could think of under the sun. But I just think that it's, again, for Chloe, not only do I think, again, that Michael's not the right match, it's just the communication, even though they say they're good on communication, I don't think so. I don't think the communication is there because of Michael's just overabundance of the conversation. And then Chloe's still trying to accept that he wants to wear her jewelry, he wants to wear her earrings, he wears things she don't like. So I think it's more of that versus what they connect on because, they're both seem like they're pretty smart people. Right. Jonda, you said, yep, that cat was on the kitchen counter. Cultural differences from us. Cynthia, you say it was both friends. Okay, thank you. John, you also say friends were both. Thank you. Chloe's friend Caesar was hating. I did see his face. That was the friend that was at the lunch or whatever it was. MAFS shouldn't allow living apart except during the time of circumstances. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me answer. It's one of my kids. Okay, sorry about that. And so, Jonda, what'd you say, Sharon? Did I read you? Yes, I did. Jonda, you said Michael's friend said Michael is a people pleaser, but Chloe said she's a reformed people pleaser. So that's also a difference too. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Do y'all think they're gonna make it, even if you know something different, chat? I would have said no from the beginning, even if I knew a spoiler didn't. It just didn't seem like it's a good match.
No,
And
they're
even
not. Mm-mm.
yeah, and I didn't necessarily I did not watch the after party this time, but I did see that Michael was on the after party again. I'm like, what? He's been on after party for 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
He's the
he was on there.
Yeah, he's the newest person on there. What is it that he can actually give on the after party without giving whatever away, you know? So, all right, let's move to really quick Emily and Brennan. You want to start, ma'am?
No, go ahead.
No, what you laughing at? What you laughing at? Bring
I'm
it
just
in.
like, I know he like, dang it, I got to take care of this girl. I almost was out and now I'm back. And yeah, he just there. He just going through the motions and he don't want to look like um a donkey on TV, basically.
Yeah. Well, Emily, let me read some comments. Cynthia, you said no, they won't make it to Chloe and Michael, and Jonna said no. Okay, exactly. So Emily and Brennan, what y'all think, chat? Do you think that Brennan is now Mr. Nice Guy before you get to the next episode? Is he being Mr. Nice Guy, the husband that he should be from the beginning? Is he really doting on Emily? 1 for yes, 2 for no in the chat. What you think about that, Tamika? Is he being all he can be?
I think because he saw the accident up close and personal, so I think he kind of feels obligated that he has to. And he doesn't want to leave her, but I mean, on the after party, she was taking him around. He was looking for a car and she was driving him around as she was trying to recover. So it's like,
I got nope and a 2. So 2 is no, 1 is yes. Is Brennan the doting husband now?
no.
Well, like I said, she's still healing, and Brennan is showing her compassion and empathy by waiting on her, bringing her food. What was on their plate? I was like, what is that? Was it pasta?
I thought he said it was a burger and something.
No. She wanted a burger.
Oh, okay.
But before that, Brennan was eating something on his plate. I don't know what.
Oh, yeah, it was dry pasta. Mm-hmm.
It says fake, right? Okay.
He needed some extra sauce on the pasta.
You backstage. Okay, here we go. I see you.
How y'all doing?
How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm getting my voice back slow. I'm cool.
Okay,
it wasn't that bad.
Look at you. You back.
You got that AT&T phone?
We were Verizon, baby. We ain't never cut out.
I got AT&T, but it didn't affect us. But when I was on a call earlier, I did have 2 calls drop. I was like, what is happening? Anyways, we're on Emily and Brennan. So he's bringing her food and taking care of the house. And Emily is just beaming. And he's like, oh, I got her these burgers because that's what she was asking for. And I'm like, you should get her what she's asking for. Emily had a traumatic NDE, near-death experience, right?
Yeah,
Emily need to sit down.
Accident prone.
Because at this point, thank you. I'm feeling great. I'm about 75. We good.
Okay. All right.
We'll go back to Monday, so we straight.
All right.
Yeah.
So Emily need to sit down. I mean, she was trying to. Emily looked like she's the type of person, and I'm kind of this way too. If you're not feeling good or whatever the case may be, you just get them and try to do things anyways because you're used to doing that. You know what I'm saying? But I guess Brennan and probably producers had to listen, girl, you need to calm it down. You need to go ahead and rest now. But she's just, taking this all in. Even when they're at the emergency room to get her stitches out, and she did look bad. She's real swollen and everything. I mean, Emily was messed up. I'm not trying to be funny, but she was messed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she just really feels like this is the newest beginning for her and Brennan. And when Brennan co-signed that for her, I'm like, Brennan, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. This is a special circumstance situation where you're
Mm-hmm.
tapping into your emotions that you felt you told Dr. Pia you didn't have. You tap into your compassion, empathy, and sympathy, all of that to help Emily recover because you saw things up close and personal. And then you already know how you was treating her up until now.
Right.
So I just,
Man, I think he was only doing it because how he was on TV. He wanted to look a certain way.
Yep.
So I feel like that's the only reason he did it.
Cynthia
And why would
says,
you want him? For what? He's
right.
terrible.
Cynthia says Emily is delusional, thinking Brendan wants her now. Sharon says, wonder where are her parents? Seems to me they would have made an appearance. Okay, yes. Say it again, Sharon, because I would have been, you don't have to have me on TV, but just know I was in there clinking them dishes in the background. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Daughter. Exactly, Sharon. And then, John Doe, you say Emily can calm down. Brendan, till don't you worry. It's thirsty, her and Emily. Oh, okay. Got it. So, do you have anything to add, Tamika, about this situation before we get into the experts calling?
Yeah, it's just, it's like I want to feel bad for her, but I don't because it's like, how he cut and it's only a matter of time as we see next week before you in tears again.
Yes.
He only doing this for a moment.
Right.
He's just like, damn it. Dang it.
Right. Because he already had 9 toes out the door, right? He wasn't even there anyways.
But he was on the porch closing the door. And this is what happened. Now you got to go back in.
Right. So now Emily and Brennan FaceTime with Pastor Cal, Dr. P, and Dr. Pepper, and she's thankful to be alive. Now maybe we'll chalk this up to Emily maybe having a short-term memory loss. But they asked her, "Oh, were you in shock?" She goes, "Oh no, I don't think so." You admitted
was in shock there.
You was in shock. She goes, "I just don't remember seeing so much blood." Well, you wouldn't because
you were in shock.
You was in shock, right?
Yeah.
So Emily says Emily and Brennan both believe they have put things in perspective, mainly Emily. But here's my thing, though. Just like what Sharon said about, where's her family at helping out, the producers, instead of being on FaceTime, should have made an appearance as well to make sure that she was okay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think, instead of talking about, when I saw Dr. Pierce said, when I saw the pictures, I was like, oh my God, how is she? I'm like, see there. Did y'all send her flowers? Did y'all send a food basket? Did y'all do anything through or whoever to make sure she was okay? This FaceTime is all she gets.
Yeah, no.
Much of a smile she has on her face. The lady was hurt,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Anyways,
they didn't do nothing for her. She didn't get no edible arrangement. Nothing.
Okay, nothing. And listen, I felt that she lied to the experts about how things were going and how she was feeling. She does say that she feels that this accident put her and Brendan's relationship into a better perspective, as I mentioned. And she feels, and Brendan's like, oh, well, you never know what could bring us closer together. I'm like, yeah, but this is not it, though.
This ain't it, homie.
This is not it. I just wish that she would have been more honest with the producers, So Sharon said, I did lots of flowers on the counter. Yeah, but that was probably from her castmates.
Yeah.
This was a, in-person visit from the experts to make sure she was okay. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Not FaceTime me. So talk about what we heard. What's that about?
Right.
He also said Pastor Cal could at least put her on the stick and
said a little prayer for her. I said a little prayer for you.
Right. Sick and shut in, Liz. So what y'all think about that? You good with that little segment?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's move to Becca and Austin. Who knew that Becca would have been the one that make you blow your breath like, Becca, I'm so tired of her. I didn't think I'd ever say that about
Becca.
Yeah,
when are you going to get a head, sister?
Not Becca.
How many?
Call her back up, Becca. Back up. She's too clingy. She's too emotional. She wants to be with Austin like that.
Listen,
Want to be? Yes.
Becca is sexually frustrated.
Yes, she is. Experts are fake too,
And
John.
if somebody don't rotate them tires,
She need to rotate her own tires at this point.
she need to get
No,
candy coated nights
that ain't
or
enough.
something.
She probably, I guarantee she rotating the mess out the tires. It's only so many ways it can go. At some point, you need a person to drill. some new grooves in the tires. She needs some grooves. Like the tires is ball she
Well,
can't.
then she needs to go back to whatever adult place that Chloe and Michael's going to next week and get her
Right, she need to go with them.
But
right.
why do
Yeah,
I shouldn't have to do that as no married person? I'm not doing that. Come
No,
on, bro.
you
No.
shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. But every week you shouldn't have to cry about it either. Now,
right, and beg, because now you begging.
right. She
Okay,
begging.
yeah, she shouldn't be begging,
Yeah.
especially not be like, let me tell you something. Look at him. He ain't never had nobody about to bust out of tears because they ain't never got none of that. Trust me.
Mhm.
Right. John just says Becca was having a nervous breakdown. She was. And Sharon
Yeah.
says, Becca, you've been badgering Austin and covering for him. First time I ever heard you say he acts different on camera. Well, she said that last week too, Sharon. She said that he acted different last week. That, speaking of the after party, that's who needs to be on the after party is Becca. They keep having Austin on there. And Emily, bring Becca so she can say why she's
She was on
frustrated.
there.
Was she? Last
Yeah,
night?
she didn't really talk about it that much. Yeah.
Okay. I missed that one. Oh, listen, Cynthia. Yes. Well, she does need to go there. So now she feels blindsided because she said after they left the Wolf Lodge experience that now Austin had an attitude. I'm like, Austin been had attitude because he tired of you. He tired of
Right.
you. You know, you're not backing up for real. Well, he don't want what you backing up. But you know what I'm saying? You need to back up for real off your emotions.
Right.
So she feels like, she don't know what's going on. She don't know where he's coming from. She tried to help him with his luggage or a bag to put in the car and mumbling under his breath. I said, that's what got you upset because he said he got it. Okay.
It was a bag, something they bought at the gift shop, and it was something. And she was like, and I heard it, and the people that work there heard it. And I'm just like, I was so confused. I'm like, this is why I go to sleep.
I mean, she said, well, he said that like basically the bag, they bought something and the lady tried to give him an extra bag and she was like, no, we don't need an extra bag. You just stuff it in there. And he was just like, no, I don't want to stuff it in there because it's just like, it's going to rip. And I guess she was still like, we don't need another bag. And that's when he's probably like, keep on telling me what to do.
Right. He like a kid. I want my own bag. You know what? Give every kid their own bag.
Right. Please do make sure everything is in there.
I feel bad for her because why? Well, sir, you should never been on this show, bro.
I don't think that he
Grow a
just don't like
pair.
her. He not into her.
But grow a pair and say that. Quit kissing her and get close to her. You don't kiss your friends. So if you friend zone her, they're friend zone her. Don't kiss her. Side hugs only. None of that. If you do a front hug, it need to be boom. That's it. Don't boom and caress. No, you don't do that with your friends. So if you really
Don't strain your voice, brother.
So it should be like boom instead of boom, bang, bow. Something like that.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing with that though. Okay, so when you come on the show, again, you don't know what you're going to get. So maybe he was trying in the beginning, but then as time went on, she kept like pushing, maybe we should do something. That's when he friend zoned her. We've seen a lot of people get friend zoned on this show.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why he's just like giving her a kiss. Is he saying I love you back? Because she's saying I love you. I don't know if I necessarily heard him say I love you back.
I haven't heard him.
told y'all these people be lying.
They do lie.
I'm not in love with nobody in 3 weeks. I don't care how long, what island we've been on. I'm like, if I tell you I love you, don't trust me. I'm lying. Trust me.
Right. So when they meet with the who was it? Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal in person. I'm like, oh, you could be in person for this, but you can't be in person for Emily. How does that make sense? But anyways, so they're asking, we heard again about what's happening and the communication issues. And that's when Becca says it again. She repeats it about the disconnect off camera versus on at the different activities and the retreats. And she feels like things have gotten worse. And Pastor Cal is like, well, these are things that could be fixed. When Austin said, is it? I was like, oh, that was the answer.
Like, why are you lying to these people? You a whole pastor. Lying to these people. This cannot be fixed. He wanted to go spend the night in a room that another man slept in. Another football player, but he wanted the ghost of the football player or the whatever. Maybe he'll sleep in the room and now he can get superpowers like the football player, whatever. I'm just like, dude, like, girl, he don't want you.
I just felt that was weird. Like, bro, it was a regular room that was just like it had more space, but it wasn't nothing in there that was just like, I gotta go try it. You really like weird like that. I want to sleep where Von Miller slept because I feel like if I could be the next greatest defensive end if I sleep there. Like, what type of weird stuff is you on, bro?
Sure, that wasn't even his bread.
Right, but the point is, you don't have to sleep in the main bedroom. You're in the man's former house. So technically, does it matter where you sleep and you're still in the vicinity? You're still here. He could have did whatever in all the rooms. He could have, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Christened them all. How do you know? You don't have to be in the main bedroom. And then, like I said, when he said, is it? I said, that's the relationship right there. And then when Becca was like, see, that's what I mean, the communication breakdown. And why does Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal still feel like they can fix things when Austin admitted after Becca said, he was intoxicated that night too, when he wanted to do something elsewhere. And he always seems like he has to be intoxicated. I said,
because he don't want to remember.
I am starting to really question Pastor Karen. Like, what God do you serve?
It's this guy with the little G.
Because you are recommending these people that stay together. If this was your daughter that did this situation, would you recommend she stay with a man who don't want to touch her physically?
Right.
Like, after this, like, I understand some time. Like, dude, it's been a month. It's a month. He already said he love her. I mean, you and me both, Pastor Cal, are men. Ain't been no woman I love that I didn't want to take it to the next level with. It's a lot of women you like that you want to just take it to the next level. Some of them you don't even know nothing about. You just something about her.
Right. No.
So you think what's his name? Austin is just some rare man from nowhere. He just want to take it slow. No, he's not attracted to her. And you just need to just come out and just tell her look, when they came out and told me you was sick, I really wasn't even feeling you for real. Like, I'm not trying to say I'm a looker or whatever, but like, maybe I wasn't feeling you. I don't know if you were my type or, vice versa, but
yeah.
And then you, on top of you being sick, and then on top of you not really like into the God the way I'm into, it's just a no for me. But I do like you as a friend.
Right. Let me read these comments. I'm going to respond to you. So Cynthia says, I hate it every time Austin kisses her. It's so fake. Yeah. Jonda, you say, I don't feel bad for Becca because she's too desperate and doesn't know her worth. That's true too. Sharon, you say, if it was the woman holding out, would we be giving her a pass? Okay. Jonda, you also say, is Cal a true pastor though? And then Jonda says, Cal is sold out. Ooh, like all the experts. Will we give her a pass, Sharon? It would be the same thing because it's the premise of the show. It's okay to hold out. You don't have to be intimate right away. So you get the same amount of grace. But if you're showing that I don't really like you like that and leading someone on, then Becca would get the same service we're giving Austin. But back to you, Devontae. I thought that from the beginning when she talked about her medical history at the honeymoon. She just had surgery, major surgery. She really couldn't do anything, whether she whether it be, I'm not even talking about sexual, physical, remember she had to hold back. So I was like, that's a lot to say right now, even though you're getting your truth out, right? And then, correct, when they got to the religious thing, how she was already crying like this, thinking she was going to HE double hockey sticks. I'm like, this is what's like pushing you away. He told you it's not even like that. We can, agree to disagree. They talked about that in the beginning. Remember, Becca and Austin went a little deep, not as deep as Michael now, but Becca and Austin went deep in the beginning because she couldn't do the activities like the other couples. That's when they got to know. That's when they learned about all this early. And I just think as time went on, maybe Austin started to feel like she's cool, but maybe this won't last past the 6 weeks kind of thing. And just Becca kept getting more frustrated for different reasons as the show has gone along, and now it's reached a crescendo. I'm using big Michael word. As to what is really going on. Do you have any thoughts about that, Tamika?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's just that this was from the beginning, and it seems like he don't want to. He's trying to let her down easy, because it really ain't no easy way to say I don't want to do this with you. And even if it was the tables was reversed and he was sexually frustrated or whatever, but if she's not ready, if she don't want to, then she don't want to. And it's like, you got to accept that as much as you don't want to, but and move on. But stop begging, because you're giving desperate.
Yeah. And he doesn't want to, even if he was attracted to her like that. I mean, thinking from a male point of view, would they just do it so you can be quiet? Because he knows that's what you want. So then you're always going to be looking for, well, you did it this time. Maybe how come you're not doing it now? So it just
exactly.
But I don't think she begging though. I mean, he say every conversation, we gonna move forward. We already kissing and holding hands. What's under that? What are we doing? Licking, sucking toes? You're not
Yeah, they're
doing
not even
that.
doing that.
Like, what is the next level to our intimacy? We've talked about all the deep stuff. We've talked about the things we like sexually, or did little sexual games. Like, it's time to get down to the nitty gritty. So what's the problem now? Last week I got sick. You couldn't do it or whatever. It was my fault. But now I'm healthy. Ain't nothing wrong with you, boy. You're drunk. This the best time to get it over.
I have the perfect idea.
Okay.
He needs to get a picture of a donkey and put it on her face.
Oh.
Then he kissed the donkey.
He did say that when he was like 12 or 13. Listen, we're not going to get to any sort of that. That's we're not going to. All right. Anyways, but Austin said that he feels like he's being micromanaged, and then Becca said she feels like he's being dismissive and combative. So,
I mean, it could. She could. Now that could be also it, that maybe he do want to do it, but like he gotta like. How can I say this without getting myself killed?
He has to get there mentally and physically. Maybe in the beginning with kisses or whatever, that's the start of the turn on. But as she's still like, how about now? Stuff could be a turn off for men and for women. And clearly, whatever Becca's doing or not doing along the way has been a turn off. That's what it seems like it's giving. Because if he feels like he's being micromanaged for everything,
right?
And then she was responsive, dismissive, and combative. That's never going to work. Let me read a comment real quick. Hold on. Frappes and T said, I think Austin said a little more about religion behind the scenes to Becca that made her feel scared. Jonda says, we can tell Austin is tired of faking. He wants his marriage. And then Jonda said, yes, Tamika, you better say it, girl. Go ahead, Devontae.
I was going to say, I just feel like I had to go through that. I had to tell my wife when we kind of first got together for a little while, like, look, all this, you think you about to run me stuff? No, it's not going to work. You're not going to get no farther than what it's going to go. So if you think you about to be telling me what to do, This is no, that's a turnoff. Nobody likes that. And like I
Mm-hmm.
think you gotta have that conversation with, because women in today's society is kind of different. Like they're a little harder. So she the boss at her job. So she probably used to bossing people around, and he probably got to the point like, who is you talking to?
Well, like I said, micromanages.
And yeah, and that could be a turnoff if somebody always over your shoulder, like
Yeah.
you throwing something in the refrigerator. Don't you think you need to put a lid? Oh my God. What? And then at the end of the night, say you want to, no, I don't want to touch you. You've been getting on my nerves all day,
Mm-hmm.
texting, suggesting things. Just suggest, shut up. Shut
Well,
up.
then you just explained what Austin is possibly feeling.
Okay,
That he don't have to turn
I just thought about that. Now you said that, it makes sense. But if
yeah.
that ain't the case, and she not really getting on his nerves, then just friends on her, or just divorce her. I mean, what's the point?
I don't know. Well, after the meeting with the experts, I don't know where they went to get to the hot tub, but they do another try to reconnect. And my thing is with this, if she says what happens off camera is really the selling point for her as to why they're not communicating, I wonder what happened off when they stopped filming with the experts. You know what I'm saying? Because she makes it seem like it's every time the camera stops rolling with them. But anyways, they're back in the hot tub, which seems like they seem to do. And this is Becca's wheelhouse. She's looking
Mm-hmm.
at the googly eyes for Austin. She's like, okay, she's in her zone. Like, Austin, like she's ready for whatever. And Austin, with him saying those things with the experts, like in the scene before, looking at her and making it seem like he wants to go to the next level. This is where I think where he's wrong with that. I don't think that he should have tried to make it seem like they were going to be doing something when they weren't. They weren't.
Right.
They weren't. Matter of fact, I saw something that said spoiler. And I'm like, this is not a spoiler for me. I'm going to share it with y'all. It said not one couple was intimate this season. I'm like, that's not a spoiler. We could see that.
Nah, I would have thought Michael and them would have got it in at least one time.
No. Mm-mm. There's no
I would have thought based off of, she always complimented his muscles and stuff, but I could see how he talked himself right out of it.
Right out of it.
Yeah. Can I put on the skirt while we're doing it with the pearls?
He could have been a Trojan.
Listen.
You can role play.
He come out the bathroom with nothing on but some socks and his pearls.
Yeah, I mean, some people, that's what you like. That's what you like. All right, let's move past that before we get shut down. So later in the episode, I do like that Trojan comment though. Later in the episode, Claire meets with her mom and Cameron and Brennan hang out. So Claire said she wants to be there. She struggles because she wants to be there for Cameron. And her downfall is, what she feels like is a flaw for her, is that she wants to be there for those who are struggling. I'm like, that's not a flaw. And on top of that, you want to be a therapist. That's what you're going to school for. So,
right.
How you going to be a therapist and you can't recognize your own problems, ma'am? I don't want you to be my therapist. You can't figure why all of a sudden you didn't want to fix him when you was married to him.
Right.
But soon as he gets sick, all of a sudden you care. You didn't care when he was married to him. You didn't care to get to really know him for real. You seen him once you seen the spiders, you were done.
Right. You see what
full of it.
says?
Yeah. That's so fun.
Jonda says, but why does Becca keep talking about the same thing? Exactly. That is a turn on.
What else I'm going to talk about?
She needs to find something, because when you keep talking about the same thing, it doesn't matter who you are or what it is or what the topic is. You check out, because it literally goes in one and out the other. You're no longer interested in the same conversation. I don't care what it is, whether it be a school assignment, work. If you're on your job and you know your job from front to back, after a while it gets boring because it's like, ugh, I'm still doing this kind of thing. So that's what I get. Jonathan, hold on a second. Jonathan says Chloe doesn't want Michael. She's fake adoration. Yeah, she don't want him. Go ahead, Devontae.
I was just gonna say, you don't want to keep bringing it up, but Okay, after we talk about the little stupid, the little small talk stuff, when it
Mm-hmm.
get down to the nitty gritty, at nighttime, we go to the bedroom.
Yeah, but
So
that's
we,
all she wants to do because she's sexually frustrated. He clearly, you know what I'm saying? If she keeps saying, "Oh, how come you're not? How come you're not?" She's clearly telling Emily, she's telling all the ladies what he's not doing. We heard that
Mm-hmm.
at the party. So you don't think if the ladies know, their partners know, it is probably getting back to Austin. He don't want to hear this no more. I don't want to hear it no more. I'm tired of seeing
Right.
Emily cry and beg and carry on for something that's not happening. So that's just me. All right. Jonah says exactly, Vontae. Claire is tired. All right. So Claire's mom brings up a point of why she feels Cameron is not necessarily responsive to her. She said when she had cancer, she was isolated from people, didn't want people to necessarily help you. Okay, listen, I have a different story because I took all the help I can get.
You need your village.
Right, especially in the beginning, right? I have it managed now, but in the beginning, it was a rough road. So
Mm-hmm.
Claire says that Cameron is kind and she's getting emotional. He's caring and he challenges her and she loves him as a person and doesn't feel that husband and wife is the right title for the relationship. And I'm like, so if it's not the right title, why are you emotional? And what does Cameron challenge you about? Because you weren't married long enough. Okay, you didn't agree on anything. You couldn't agree on what to eat, what to wear, what to do, how to do it. What's he challenging you on? He's barely answering your phone call, right? For the conversation we're seeing. So then we see Cameron sit down and talk with Brennan. He talked about his medical diagnosis. He said he's got an atrial flutter, so his heart flutters. He says it's a life adjustment. And he said he feels like maybe it's the stress of this process that helped lead the way. I said, don't do that.
No, it ain't.
Don't do that.
yeah,
That one is.
That weren't it. And I think
it's flaring up right now. I said, boy, you look the same you did when you were sitting there just because you like sir, your heart ain't fluttering just off of a conversation. That's not how it works because you'll be in a hospital all day. Life happens, bro. You ain't about to have a stress. Ain't no such thing as you can't do nothing. Your heart rate rise. You're gonna be dead.
And what are the odds? Well, clearly there's a family history, but what are the odds that the condition flared up while the marriage was breaking up, just like his father's? Like, what are the odds of this?
He might be a psychopath, a real liar, one of them crazy liars. And like it's in his head. Like he probably could have. I'm not saying they don't have a heart issue, but like I think he about to ride this till the wheels fall off. And it's just like, bro, come on, bro. You really had heartburn. You tripping? Are you a hypochondriac?
Well, he really may have heart issues, but for him to say it's because of this process is incorrect. It would just be something that's hereditary. Like we have a lot of, most people have hereditary things passed down from your family. Whether it flares up or not is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? He's trying to make the correlation of this brought him the stress to lead him on to having known about the procedure that he had to get done. But in the meantime, it's telling Brennan that, when he's talking to Claire, that, he said, yeah, he believes she cares and she's a good communicator, but, there's that but that comes out. He doesn't feel like when Claire feels like she's challenged, he doesn't feel like Claire has done a lot for him. Yes, she wants to keep in touch and everything. He feels that Claire has grown with the process because she has gone out to do other activities with everybody else versus him being at home. And I'm like, so are you blaming Claire because she was participating, or was Cameron kind of like low-key blaming Claire for some things? Not just his health, but just like keep going on with the process, or what? Because at the end of the conversation with Brennan, he said, he didn't want to hurt her. If she chose to stay in the process, say yes at the end of decision day, then he would say yes to Claire. And then Brennan said, well, what if she goes first? I'm like, what if you go first? And I'm like, what?
Right. They don't nobody know nothing. And you got the dumb and dumber over there. Because how Brennan was looking, he was like, why am I even sitting here with him? He kept looking like, can we hurry up can we hurry up this process and get this interview over with him so I can get back to torturing Emily?
Oh my goodness. It just didn't even make sense what Cameron
It
was saying.
didn't. Yeah.
Like, why would
Yeah.
she even entertain you saying yes? For what?
Right.
Y'all not saying yes to stay married. So y'all gonna be married friends? What is this? What I want to at least stay married until the heart issue is over.
No.
Like, I mean, if he gonna clock out, Jesus gonna call him home. He gonna call him home either you married to him or not. You want to get some life
Mhm.
insurance money? Because that's what it's looking like.
Because he's like, he's not sure if she's going to be emotional, but yet if she decides to say yes and he didn't want to let her down. I'm like, you was on a cameo before you went in for your procedure to see what was wrong. You didn't want her to call you. You didn't want her
Right.
to cheat on you. You
You
didn't want her
sent her a voicemail.
right.
Mm-mm.
You don't want to let her down after 2 weeks of marriage. What pedestal is she on in your life?
Exactly.
None.
Cynthia says, I hope Cameron goes first. This made no sense to me. I was like, what is he even talking about? Right. So Claire's emotional because she's trying to make sure you're okay because that's the type of person she is. They're clearly in friend zone, but you put all that to the side and you sitting there with Brennan. You should have been sitting there with Claire.
Right.
Don't that make sense to be on the same page and not Brennan?
Right. You go to the wrong person. He don't even like his wife.
Right. But if you notice, Brennan also gave advice to Orion and Michael, the person who, come on now, what is happening with that, Brennan? Jonathan says, yep, Tamika, Brennan wasn't even looking at Cameron for real. Okay, exactly.
I was woke for that part.
That was at the end too, so that's when you woke. So I don't know. I didn't hear necessarily Claire's mother give her any advice. She just said that, when she was sick, I guess, whatever she went through was eradicated and, she wanted to self-isolate. So she was saying, maybe this is what Cameron wants to do. But I really like Cameron. So maybe y'all could still be a great couple. I'm like, no.
Why is everybody pushing these people together?
I know.
Bring your tail home.
I know. I was like, be a good couple still for what? Has Claire told you what's been going on?
Right. I'm about to send your uncles and cousins to come get your stuff. Come on.
Because that was ridiculous. I was like, this is a firm no. So I was like, what was Claire's mom doing on there anyways for someone else to talk to? Because you know what? Remember Claire's sister, one of her sisters was like, she didn't want her to go through this process at all anyways. So that's who Claire needed to be talking to, that sister right there. Like, girl, remember her?
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be the first season where they probably had to go to the C roll, not even B roll footage. We got to go down to the C roll. You ain't never heard of C roll footage because what? First of all, where's Brennan's family at? Where's everybody's family at? Like everybody just going through all this. Ain't nobody talking to nobody.
Right.
Mm-mm.
And what a good idea it would be if they had like Married at First Sight after dark. Like give us 30 minutes of footage that we don't see.
Yeah.
So some of the stories. Huh?
No. Let me read this comment first. Hold on. Jonathan says, do y'all think the show's producers are making them say stuff to keep the show going?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they married.
That's what producers are.
Right. That's why that's why we got all these hundreds of episodes.
Look at the show. This is a produced show. In the beginning, the first couple seasons was legit, real. Then they start producing stuff. So I guarantee Cameron's little hard thing is a producer thing. I mean, I'm not saying he can't have no family stuff going on, but you can't trust nothing on TV no more because they trying to get the shock value.
Yeah.
Well, they got
and
the
we not shocked. I'm over here like, why?
It's ridiculous.
But I tell you, I get my best. It's my good church sleep though.
Yeah, unfortunately, Married at First Sight is gonna keep on going because all the YouTubers still do it. So basically, they really probably even won't either change or cancel it until people stop reviewing it because then they'll find out people don't care anymore.
Right.
No, I don't think that's that. I think they're still doing it because they're still in production. Because Chicago is wrapped and they're already on to Austin. So until they stop producing it at all, then you know.
Well, I'm
And
gonna
they're
give
trying
y'all
to
my
promote
takes.
old people married at first sight.
I'm giving
Yeah.
y'all my take for the next 3 seasons. Ain't nobody gonna make it. You ain't gotta ask me no more. Nope. Like they look, I don't care how they look, who mama like who. I don't believe it. Nope. Nope. I
So
don't. Not long as these experts around, ain't nobody gonna make it. These are delusional. We should have known after driving Miss Daisy. We should have known.
that was last season, right? That
Yeah.
comment, right? But Married at First Sight After Dark with this season, first of all, in my opinion, there's no After Dark because Claire and Cameron don't live together.
Nope.
Emily and Brennan don't live together for real. They didn't even stay in the same room for the retreat. Okay.
No.
Chloe just came back. So they halfway live together. So there's no After Dark there.
It's just something about her I just don't like.
And then Becca and Austin, Brennan. Wait, no, Austin. I didn't think they stayed in the same room for a while anyway, just based off of how he was acting before the retreat. So there's no After Dark.
The After Dark will be a bunch of crying and yelling at each other.
I'd rather see that than see these people. Dude, this is terrible. This is terrible. You say you getting the best church sleep of your life. So we got to get people from sleeping to people like, ooh, she said what? That's
Right.
good TV. I'm tired of hearing it's the same story. You want to sleep with me? I'm trying. Put my hat down. Pastor Cal, I think this marriage can be savage. Dr. Pepper, yeah, it can be. Dr. P, let me give you some tools. Same thing. Next week, they're going to be all huggy-dubby for the first little 10-minute segment. Then we going to get to the end. They're going to be crying. He's going to be fake leaving. This is going to happen each and every episode.
Each and every episode.
This is bull crap.
But we still watching it.
We still watching it. But
we the problem. It's really us.
Right. But they did say that there's going to be 2 decision days when they do happen a week apart. So you can have the first set of couples, and then after them, Chloe and Michael, this is probably why it's extended until April, will have an additional 2 weeks to make their decision for decision day. I'm like, we don't put them on the same boat. We don't need 2 weeks to know what they're going to say. Thank you, Jonda. All right, so that was in the episode. Next week, it looks like next week we will finally see something interesting, starting with Chloe and Michael going shopping at the adult toy store. Now, Chloe says she needed this, and this. I said, girl, you need some new stuff. And Michael said, I'm into entertaining whatever it is you want. I said, you don't have to tell me. I'm convinced already. But okay, I hope they have fun. Mm-hmm. Who knows what's going to happen. All right. Emily and Brennan, they start off with a nice dinner. Now, I'm sure this is a continuation of me and the experts on FaceTime. Emily's feeling good. She's like, you know what? Maybe we should go out to eat instead of having a burger here. I feel like I got some energy. Because it's given the same episode based off of what Brennan has on. Because he wears like same stuff, like a gray shirt and a plaid shirt all the time. So they go out to eat, don't know where. Emily's sitting there smiling, cheesing, grinning, feeling good. Top of the world. And Brennan said, you know what? I got some reservations. My deal breakers was I wanted someone with a nice personality or something like that. She's like, what are you?
Or negative.
Yeah.
Or
Brennan.
I thought he said he didn't want somebody with a happy-go-lucky personality.
Whatever he said, Emily is still on the mend. And she said, I've been nothing but nice. I said, he couldn't have saved that literally till decision day. You couldn't give the girl another 5 days of peace.
No,
for real. I know it sounds like I'm being serious. He couldn't give her another 5 to 7 days of peace of filming.
No, this is a good learning lesson for you, Emily. Learn your lesson. Learn your lesson. Don't let nobody keep telling you they don't love you. For what? When you going through all this, You ain't never had a problem getting a man. So why you trying to keep this one that don't really want you? You wasting your time. Look at
Right.
him. Do he look like he looking for love? He don't love himself. Look at him. He looks sad. I ain't never seen nobody go all these episodes, even when he smells.
Yeah, it's
It
half
looked
smell.
like it hurt. The man is sad. Where's his family at? Ain't nobody checked on him.
Look at your
Sick.
look at your comments. She said, "I'm hollering."
Well, I'm telling you, that's a sick man right there. That you said you was in danger. You didn't feel safe. So
Right.
why all of a sudden when you bust your head open, I wouldn't even want him taking care of me. I appreciate you getting me to the hospital, cuz, but I don't want to be medicated around you.
Okay, exactly. Because Brennan he seemed like he would put something.
Yep.
You,
Over medicator.
yeah, there you go, over medicated. But I was seriously,
Mm-hmm.
like, you couldn't give her a week, because I'm sure, like, taping wise, for them be like a week left, just based off of the days left for filming what it says on TV. I'm like, for real? That's what got
That's
me.
the difference. That's the difference in cultures. Because
I
after the
guess
season, my cousins would have been outside.
I was too through with that. I was like, that right there.
Orion,
Whoa.
Lauren. I don't know what it's like in
Orion.
Denver. Oh, what's his wife's name?
Lauren.
Yeah, once filming in. Oh yeah, he should be scared. He got to move. My people's to be outside.
Yeah.
Outside. Oh, she
Mm-hmm.
offended you? Well, we gonna really offend you because
Right.
you playing with my cousin in her face all season long. So we offended your people? Well, you best be ready to fight.
All right,
Right.
stop. Let's stop right there. And then we have Becca and Austin. Apparently, Austin takes his things and moves out, and Becca
Good.
doesn't know what to do or how to feel. She's like,
Leave.
I guess he's leaving. I'm like, he's left. You know what? I don't
He
think
been checked out.
been checked out. And it's not the first time he left. It's not the
And then
first
he
time.
left and he took the comforter. I didn't understand that. I said, why did he have a comforter if you was going to another bedroom?
No. This next week's episode, you talk about when it was at the retreat house.
When they was
He
at
did.
the retreat, he took the
But
comforter.
next week's episode, he's taking his backpack and his stuff out the front door.
Yeah.
I mean,
And she
I'm
said
trying
he
to
left.
figure out what she gonna cry about for what. I mean, he was getting them little punk
She
packs.
wants things to work out. I'm like, Becca, cut your losses.
They're not.
Now,
Becca, I'm sorry. You got a better chance of getting back in with the Lord.
so I think the best part of the episode is Emily and Claire. When they meet up, Claire said, I heard that your man and my man are double dating. What? I'm like, Emily can't take no more news. Stop with
Right.
Emily.
Yeah. Cause she gonna get up and walk away and she gonna walk into a wall or something, and we're gonna have a whole nother contraption. She gonna be hurt again.
You know something? I'm like, she don't need no more news. I know Claire
Yeah.
was trying to be, helpful and everything. She know Emily came over after that dinner for comfort, but for real, Cameron and Brennan is on the creep. I was like, didn't you just say that if
they
she said
going on double dates? I know they not getting none just based off Cameron. He's gonna blow it off for us. Yeah, I like spiders. I'm like,
First of all, Cameron needs to be relaxing with those heart flutters that clearly are not under control. So
No. Yeah.
not be doing
right.
nothing.
That's how I told you he ain't got no heart problems. Oh, yeah. What you going out on dates for? To have high fives with women? Because your heart gonna flutter if you get anything past that.
Sharon says, let's not forget Emily's never had a real relationship. That's true.
She ain't had one now either. So.
And this is why. And this is messed up. Hopefully this don't taint it for her, but
Emily, based on the after party, you can tell she's hurt just by her responses on the after party has gone along. So this has clearly played a role with her because she's angry on the after party, and I don't blame her. I mean, look at what's happening to her. And these last episodes is like, Brennan basically saying, yes, I helped you. You seem like you better, but you know what? Deuces. And now she learned he double dating with Cameron. That's not happening. show. So
And
go ahead.
on the after party, I mean, I know she was a smaller girl, but she looks like she's lost some weight.
It's very stressful, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's she's a lot more slimmer. I'm
Some
just like,
Becca was too. Becca was slimmer too, based off the stress. I believe it.
mm-hmm.
Because they delusional. Everybody should. Y'all should lose weight. Because y'all slow. Boy,
Stop that.
they'll be seeing me on there. They be like, Devontae, you don't look like. I mean, I don't know, Shawty for 2 weeks. I mean,
You straight?
you feel me? I mean, she said I ain't her cup of tea. I mean, what I'm gonna do? You want me to? You think I'm about to have a mental breakdown for somebody I don't know? After this, we ain't even gonna see each other. So
yeah, but women are a little bit more emotional, take things to heart.
Mm-hmm.
Do, but nobody, whether you're a man on the show or a woman on the show, need to be treated as if like the way Brennan has treated Emily. We said the same thing with Eric.
Yeah, that's nasty.
He's been nasty to her since the honeymoon. At least
Find him on IG.
At least Eris last season was honest about not having feelings and not wanting to do anything unless they said yes on the honeymoon. So at least he was honest.
Mm-hmm.
We just didn't like the way he went about it.
and we was all trying to figure out his mental health because how you ain't want to do nothing with her? She was fine.
Well, hey, Sharon says these girls need to be whole within, not on the outside. Mic drop right there, Sharon. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to next week's episode. I want to not the Brennan part hurting Emily like that, but if Claire is bringing the tea, she better have some receipts. Producers, we need to see some receipts with these men out on the creek. That's what I want to see.
Right.
I don't believe it. I think she heard that about her man. But why do you care? You just said marriage isn't for us, so why is you even spreading that? Emily, we all know Emily is goofy for really trying to be with Brennan. Everybody knows. So I'm not about to. At this point, nothing will make her leave him. What's the point? I'm not about to keep telling her ain't nothing you can do. She already stuck. Let her go through it. You are blocking the blessing. Let her go through it. You want to be slow? She's slow. Let her go. I mean, you done failed. You didn't care. He didn't care. We wouldn't known if he would really care for real because the cameras was all on. There was so many people out there.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just that is a sad situation. To me, that was a low blow by Brennan. Brennan did some low things in the treatment of her, but this right here, was it for me.
But he already depressed though, so it's just like, look at him. So look, I guarantee he probably something's going on with him. You could just look at him; he doesn't look happy.
Right.
I don't know if something happened before they got married. It's just like, what's wrong with bruh? How did y'all pick this man?
That's the whole season. Why did they pick any of these people? I don't know. So, but that was the episode. I'm not going to keep out any longer. You have any final thoughts? I know I'm looking forward to next week. Any final thoughts with this? Or what do you think?
Looking forward to next week, and
I'm looking forward
to Chicago. That's gonna be fun.
Love is Blind because
Love is Blind is a whole hot mess.
Yeah, it's way better than this.
I'm caught up on Love is Blind. The next episode is February 28th. We may come back and talk about it.
I gotta watch. What is it? 8? No, this one was 6. So I gotta watch 9.
Okay.
No, wasn't it 3 episodes or 2? They just released today.
2. I watched it. Well, I will do the reunion though. When they do the reunion, I'll do that one.
Listen, it's a whole hot mess.
Yeah, they at this point, love is more blind than it is at first sight.
Yeah.
Yep. So, well, thank you for watching, everyone in the replay. Thank you, everybody, for joining me live. I hope you have a great evening, a great weekend, and I will see you next week. So,
bye. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.